Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a website called Film Freeway. And if you are a budding filmmaker or a filmmaker who has been sort of just showing their work to their friends and family, but want to get further, want to get more eyeballs on their work, then Film Freeway is definitely a website that you should look into, have a bit of a research, have a bit of a route around. And I'm going to show you and tell you about my own personal experiences using this site and why I feel it is a must-have asset to any filmmaker who is starting to try to sort of make a name for themselves within the film industry. So grab yourself a coffee, take a seat, and let's get into the video. Hey everybody, and again welcome back to another video. I hope you're all well. So it has been a sensational week and a bit. I took last week off because it was the start of the school holidays, so I spent a little bit of time with the kids and to sort of like start plugging my new film, which has been released for almost a month now, and trying to sort of get it out there and try to get as many eyeballs on it as I can, which brings me to the subject of this week's video, which is Film Freeway. Now, I came across this website by accident about 5 years ago when I created my very first film. I wanted to put it into sort of like film festivals to try to get as many people to see it as possible and to try to get as much exposure that I could as a filmmaker. What I thought was going to happen is that I would have to find individual film festivals, apply to them, try to find out how to get in contact and how to get my films within their festivals. But as luck has it, right at the very top of the Google search was this website called Film Freeway. Now, I was very skeptical at first. I wasn't entirely too sure what to make of it, but after digging, I found out that Film Freeway is literally the hub center of almost every single film festival on the planet. And it literally is that simple. That's exactly what it is. You name the festival, it is very likely that it's going to be represented within Film Freeway. And it's everything from the sort of small ones that have just started, that are still trying to sort of like gain a little bit of traction, to potentially the bigger ones that if you win that particular award, you get automatically selected to be in the BAFTA or the sort of Oscars sort of for the short film sections or anything like that. And they're all there, and how it operates and how it works is so simple. And as a filmmaker, it makes my life incredibly easy to put my film up onto their website, to have my portfolio and to have my sort of like all the information about me up there so people can see it, and then for me to apply for different types of film festivals that fit the genre of my film. Now, you're probably screaming at me right now saying, surely Nathan, it can't be that simple. Well, do you know what? It actually is. It really is that simple. And the process that I experience now from Film Freeway compared to what I experienced 4 or 5 years ago when I pulled into focus up on there has obviously changed. I've developed more as a filmmaker. I understand the system better and I understand the world of filmmaking better. But it is that simple. Now, if you go online and you sort of Google Film Freeway, you will find it quite easy. And all you have to do is sign up using your own email, Google, or even Facebook, and it will sort of start up. And then you've just got to fill out all the details for your own profile. And it is absolutely free of charge to do so. It doesn't cost you any money to be part of this community. And after that, all you have to do is upload your project. And that is, again, very simple. You upload a link to the video, be it on Vimeo or YouTube, the details of your particular film, and then also sort of any stills or a trailer or anything like that, and all of a sudden, boom, there you are. You have your profile and you also have your project ready to be submitted to the tens upon thousands of film festivals that are out there. And it is just simply about trying to find one that fits your criteria. And that is the important phrase here, that fits your criteria. There are hundreds upon thousands of different film festivals on this planet. Some of them are dedicated to horrors, some of them are dedicated to animation, some of them are for children. Some are just feature lengths and some are like super shorts, no more than 3 minutes. So to try to get the most out of this platform, because I have sort of looked online and I have sort of like read a lot of comments on Reddit and other Facebook groups that Film Freeway hasn't worked for them. That's because they haven't really sort of worked the criteria. They've put their films into the wrong aspect. They've put their films into the sort of a festival that won't give them a second thought, and all of a sudden they've been sort of rejected from that film festival, and they're like, oh, god damn it, my film is sensational, why aren't they watching it? And how I know this is because through my experience, I have seen exactly that. When I first discovered Film Freeway 5 years ago, like I have mentioned, it was for a film called Pulled Into Focus. It was the very first thing that I attempted. It was literally the same weekend that I bought my camera, and I took Phoenix out to go and try and play with it. And the whole concept of the film was basically, it was a first date, and when you meet that one special person, your entire world pulls into focus and everything is sharp again. It was like a glorified music video, if I'm completely honest. There was no dialogue. It was just a short story of guy meets the girl, they have a great day, and then she goes away and everything pulls out of focus. And my wonderful friend Lucas provided one of his tracks to be sort of like the overlay of it as well. I wanted more and more people to see it, so I went onto this wonderful new website that I saw, and I spent a small fortune applying to festivals. And I think I got entered into 1 out of 7 that I applied for. All the rest of them were sort of like rejected. And I was a little bit like, oh, well, you know, I know it's my first film. I might need a little bit more work, but yeah, I wasted a lot of money putting it forward for the wrong festivals. Now, the reason why I said it was the wrong festivals is because I went big. And I went for some of the big money ones, the ones that are like £150 to enter. So the ones that, yeah, if I won the best short film, which I like it, but it definitely isn't the best one out there, then I would have been entered into the BAFTA. And I was like, wow, that could be amazing, thinking it was going to be a nice, easy ride. I can tell you, it most definitely wasn't. So, what did I learn from this? Well, let me tell you, at the time, absolutely nothing. I learned nothing from my experience. I just took it as a, well, you know, I gave it a go, and, you know, life got in the way. A few years later, COVID got in the way, and it was before I sort of started looking at the YouTube journey and trying to sort of hone the craft of what I wanted to do. At the time, like I said, I've literally just bought my camera. I didn't know how to use it. I had no clue about aperture or ISO or anything like that. I was just running around with a camera going, oh, look at me, I'm good, I'm a filmmaker. That doesn't mean that years later, after I sort of came to life a little bit. And the reason why I sort of say that I've sort of grown as a filmmaker and also learning how Film Freeway has in fact benefited me is because of the experiences that I've had in the last 12 months. As I was learning how to sort of cut my teeth at this side of the genre, what I wanted Better Media to be in the first place, not necessarily a photographer or a YouTuber or anything like that. I wanted to make films. That's, as an actor, that's why I bought the camera, all the gear, because I wanted to learn how to do it. So I've been entering into competitions, I've been learning techniques, and I've been watching hours upon hours of YouTube videos on how to make a better movie. So eventually I made a film called Unhealthy Addiction. It was something that I wrote during lockdown. It was based around an experience that somebody could have in lockdown, and I didn't plan to do much with it whatsoever. I didn't plan to I just wanted to put it on YouTube and see who liked it, see who would actually go and watch it. But a lot of people did like it. My friends and family liked it. Everyone sort of said, this is really, really good. So I put it out there. Should I put this forward for film festivals? And the overwhelming response was, yeah, you should. So I went back to Film Freeway. But I went back with a little bit more knowledge in my head, a little bit more understanding on what film festivals expect, and I didn't sort of go full guns blazing. I had a look at some of the film festivals that are listed on the platform itself. The good thing about Film Freeway is that you can sort of like drop down menus and you can pick the criteria of what your film suits. Instead of just sort of applying for anything and hoping for the best, you can pick a certain list of film festivals that fit the exact thing that you need. So I went for short film festivals, I went for thrillers, I went for ones that were potentially in the UK to begin with. I went for ones that were free because there are a few options on there that are free to enter, and we'll get onto fees very, very shortly. I was pleasantly surprised. I was selected for one quite quickly, and all of a sudden another one came in, and I think as it stands at the moment, that particular film has been selected for 4 of the 7 film festivals that I have entered, with 3 still pending with 1 nomination. Now, I was over the moon when I got that nomination. Absolutely, I cannot believe this. This is sensational. I am a nominated filmmaker. This little film that I made in my garage is being recognised for its art, something that I wrote myself. But if you look on the Film Freeway, or my Film Freeway anyway, sort of profile, you'll see that that film has a 100% success rate for being entered into the festivals that I have put them in, because I sat down and I researched to make sure the festivals that I were putting it in were the right type of festivals. And that is it. And that is how it worked for me. My little film that I made in the garage at the end of my garden was starting to be recognised as an actual film by proper film festivals. So that gave me the confidence. That gave me the confidence to make something better, to make something bigger, and to go one step further. All my other films that I've ever made, or any other project I've ever made, has been just me and my camera on a tripod. I wanted to up the game. I wanted to use this platform to try to sort of make my work better. So that's where Been Here Before came from. And I really sat down and concentrated on how to make the best film possible with the resources that I had. And it has paid off massively, because not only did my experience with Film Freeway make me want to be better because of the success that I've got with Unhealthy Addiction. Now, with Unhealthy Addiction, it is not over yet. I still have 3 film festivals that are still pending, which come out later on this year, so it might still have more success. But Been Here Before has had sensational success on this platform. And it's all because I did my homework, and to make sure that my latest creation was going to get the best outcome on this particular platform. I did my homework. I had a look at some of the other film festivals that I'm interested in applying to, and it has done extraordinarily well. As it stands, over the last weekend, my short film has won 5 awards. 5 altogether. I've got 3 of them which are IMDb qualified. We'll get into more of that in a second. So it's now appearing on the IMDb page. So all of a sudden, my, again, short film that I've written has done extremely well using this platform. And it has been as simple as just a click of a button. And I couldn't be happier. I know there are people out there who are sort of like, oh, Film Freeway is a waste of money or it's a waste of time. But I do think it's because they're a little bit inexperienced with their sort of way of using this platform, or they're trying too hard to hit the big boys straight away, that they need to sort of start building a momentum, building a bit of a reputation for them, which that seems to work in the long run. But let's get right down to the nitty-gritty on how it actually works completely. Now, as I mentioned before, Film Freeway is an all-in-one platform to get your work noticed. So once you've got your profile up and set in saying, I'm Nathan Benham, I'm a filmmaker, and you've added your project, it is now time to try to find the film festivals that fit for you. Now, if you are new to the platform, of course, use the drop-down menus to try to sort of narrow down the festivals that will fit your project, and it will come up within the filtered search section. But what I have noticed in the last 6 to 7 months, with the more success that I am having with the projects I have there already, that festivals are starting to approach me to be part of their festivals altogether. I know I said festivals quite a fair bit in that sentence. And what I mean by that is because Unhealthy Addiction has done quite well. It has a 100% success rate with the entries. There are still a few. I've had 1 nomination. So all of a sudden I'm getting sort of interest on Instagram because I'm tagging it, because I'm sort of announcing how well my film is doing. And I've got film festivals approach me via Instagram and they are offering me discount codes, 70% off, 30% off, 50% off, which then makes me entering more festivals a lot better because it fits my budget better. And I've even, with been here before, had someone find me via my website because they have found my work via, I don't know, Film Freeway or however it was, but they searched me out and they approached me privately away from the platform for me to have a better discount via their actual entry via their website. And I was flattered, absolutely flattered. And I entered, and all of a sudden I got a 70% discount through them, and I'm saving more money left, right, and center. And that's what I feel Film Freeway is doing. It is lifting my profile as a filmmaker so more and more festivals get in contact. I got an email today saying that I have now qualified to be entered into this particular festival because of the success of my film at other festivals. And again, they gave me a discount code and it was £8 to enter. And considering the overall fee for that particular festival was about 40 quid. Being Here Before has had a 100% success rate of being entered into festivals. Now that could change because I've still got a few pending, but right now as it stands, not only has it been approved for every festival that I've entered it into, it has, I think, 4 have accepted it. 1's been a nomination, and I've had 3 wins and 5 wins across the 3 that I've actually been entered into. And I feel that is because of the success of that particular project and because I made sure that I was entering it into the right type of festivals, that all of a sudden my profile on the platform has definitely raised, and I'm now at a different level to what I was when I first entered Pulled Into Focus back in the day, because I think that's only had a 12% success rate of being entered into the festivals because I was being refused left, right, and center. Now, of course, it is a numbers game. I'm very, very lucky. I know I'm fortunate. I've only entered into a small handful of festivals, but I've also sort of made sure I've looked at the festival, see if it's the right fit for my film, and I've made sure that it could potentially be successful within that. Like, my number one goal is to be selected. Anything else that comes after that is a bonus. If I'm nominated, a bonus. But because of me doing the right type of work, I'm now able to sit here and say that I am an award-winning filmmaker. Yeah, it's one film, but it's 5 rewards. And it gives me the confidence to go into my next project with that sort of in my mindset that I know what I am doing. And none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for Film Freeway. I don't think I have the patience or the sort of the intelligence to go and try to find any of these film festivals that exist. Because I mean, there are thousands upon thousands. Trying to find the right one for me to sort of, like, you could waste hours Googling film festivals, having a read, seeing if it works, but to have it all in one platform and have it in a way that you can just sort of simply click, search, tick a box, and then all of a sudden all the festivals that will be correct for your project to be right there. And instead of having to sort of like send them a DVD or send them a link or anything like that, all you've got to do is click, select your project, go to checkout, and boom, there you are. You've got your film has gone to them for them to be considered into their festival. Of course, depending on your budget, you can apply to as many as possible. I'm seeing that most of these festivals are anything between £30 to £65 is a good bracket. Yeah, you've got some of the bigger ones out there, which are, of course, BAFTA nominated and Oscar nominated, which will cost you in the utmost of £100, £200, £300 to be entered. But you would expect that considering what you can potentially get out of it if and when you win. But for me, these smaller festivals, the ones that have been running for 2 or 3 years, these little ones that sort of like pop up around Europe, around America, around sort of Eastern Asia, and all these other little festivals, they are still eyeballs on your project. They are still ways of getting people to see your work and hopefully reach out to you. And like I sort of said as well, 3 of these festivals are IMDb approved, which means once I've got the winner's notification, I can then add it to my IMDb profile, which is something to boast about. Not only is your film being seen by different people from different countries, that once you've uploaded your project to IMDb, which again is a goal for me to get my work out there, that when people search my name, that there is an IMDb profile with my work, and there it is. I'm an actor. I have credits on that platform. That you can also see that it's an award-winning film as well on a recognizable professional database, which everybody refers to. So yeah, have a look. Have a little look around. I think it is worth it. I'm going to leave a link to the website just down there below. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. This is just a filmmaker's opinion on why I feel that if you are a want-to-be filmmaker and you want to start learning how to sort of progress and how to be better, because Pulled Into Focus, I like it, it's a good film, but it's not going to win anything. But the confidence that I got with the sort of like the feedback, was it good enough? Could I do better? Spurred me on for the last 18 months to be good, or to be better, or to improve myself. And Film Freeway has definitely helped. And having it all there at a click of a button, it's a no-brainer for me. So if you're a filmmaker, or you want to be a filmmaker, or you're part of a collective that are looking to sort of like create, have a look at Film Freeway. Link just down there. Have a little look about. Doesn't cost you anything to sign up, so what's the worst that can happen? But guys, I'm gonna leave that there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, you know exactly what to do. Hit the like button just down there. It takes seconds out of your day, but it means an awful lot to me. And if you haven't yet subscribed, now's the time, because I am so close to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, and if you've got any questions, quotes, or comments, please hit them just down there. I'll be happy to get back to you as and when I can. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.